Merry Knicksmas! The Knickerbockers recorded a thrilling 117-114 victory over the Spurs at the Garden on Christmas Day. SNY Knicks insider Ian Begley, he was in the building. He joins me now to break it all down. Ian, happy holidays. How you doing, man?
To you too, Dexter, man. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Plus, look, it's holidays, good times, and we got to see a fantastic basketball game. The vibe seemed to be really good in the Garden. And Ian, a huge win for the Knicks. They were led by Mikal Bridges, who delivered a 41-piece, 15 of those points coming in the fourth quarter. How big was this performance for Mikal, and what do you make of the turnaround that we've seen from Bridges with his play in this last month?
I mean, this was a huge performance from Mikal Bridges. You had Karl-Anthony Towns in foul trouble. You had Jalen Brunson not shooting it so well. And so it was Bridges, and they put the ball in Bridges' hands, and he delivered again and again and again. And you mentioned this month, Dexter. He came into this game over 20 points a game, over 50% from the field, over 40% from three. This month in December, those numbers only went up after this Christmas Day game, and he said he's just continued with the process. There wasn't anything really different that he's done last month to this month. He just continued to work. And, you know, Josh Hart had some fun with the media and the fans when he said he's going to send out some apology forms for Bridges after his run this month, after a lot of Knicks fans were unsure about Bridges going back to last month.
Yeah, you remember last month there were some Knicks fans talking about, I don't know, maybe the Knicks didn't win this trade, maybe they gave up too much for Bridges. Well, he's been fine. Now, look, Bridges, if you're going to give out a game ball, undoubtedly he would get it for this one. But it seemed like the Knicks, Ian, they got every big offensive rebound in this game. What did you make of the Knicks' effort on the offensive glass against the Spurs, especially with, as you mentioned, their leading rebounder, Karl-Anthony Towns, in foul trouble?
Yeah, it was big, and it was Josh Hart, right? Josh Hart was so it was such a Josh Hart game from him. He was fantastic from a hustle perspective. He had a couple key tip outs late in the fourth, couple key rebounds, offensive rebounds, keeping possessions going late in the fourth. And he was asked about it. He said, "Hey, that's my job. That's why I'm here. That's my role. I'm not here to, score a ton of points. I'm here to make those plays, and that's what I did." And they were key for the Knicks, and they don't often this year win that offensive rebounding margin. By the way, they did against San Antonio, and on a day where they really struggled from three, getting those extra possessions off the offensive rebounds were crucial.
Yeah, absolutely was big in this contest. Now, considering what we witnessed from Victor Wembanyama, who was tremendous in this game, scoring 42 points, grabbing 18 boards to go along with 4 blocks and 4 assists, how big was this victory for the Knicks to survive a performance by a young player who played like a superstar on the big stage at MSG?
And look, they trailed in the fourth quarter, and they trailed with Jalen Brunson on the bench, and they found a way. Again, we talked about Mikal Bridges. We talked about Hart. A lot of big defensive plays from OG Anunoby. I thought he did a great job contesting Wembanyama on the perimeter a few times. So they got contributions from all over the roster on a night, again, where Jalen Brunson wasn't typical Jalen Brunson, and Karl Towns was in foul trouble. It just shows you the depth of this team, and that's what gives this win the quality that it has. Down fourth quarter, your key guys not really there, and other guys find a way to step up and get the job done.
They absolutely got the job done on Christmas Day. Okay, Ian, last thing for me here. 5 straight wins for the Knicks now. They're 20-10 on the season. Where are you with this Knickerbockers team as they close out the calendar year? Is this team finally starting to look like the contending team that some people believe they could be this season?
I mean, look, I think as long as this group is healthy, right, I think you've seen the trajectory. It hasn't been steady. It hasn't always been positive. There's been some rocky moments, but the trajectory by and large has been going up, going in a positive direction. So if they stay healthy, they have the rest of the year to kind of learn how to play with one another, learn how each other likes the ball, what spots they want to be in. You get to mid-April, everybody's healthy. This should be a very, very strong team in the Eastern Conference, a tough out for any team in the Eastern Conference if healthy, because the roster is pretty talented.
Yeah, very talented roster, very impressive win for the Knicks on Christmas Day, 117-114 over the Spurs. Mikal Bridges with a 41-piece. He became the third Knick to score 40 on Christmas Day, and that's the second most points by a Knicks player on Christmas Day. He is Ian Begley, the great Knicks insider for SNY. Ian, appreciate the time. Happy holidays once again, my friend, and we will talk soon. Also, Happy New Year, because I don't know if I'll see you again before then, but Happy New Year to you. So thank you, man.
Thank you, Dexter. Appreciate it. And right back at you.